It's the mobile version and we're live. We're live. Hi everyone, and happy holidays. I'm sure you guys are probably busy preparing, but we thought we'll interrupt your holiday preparation because we have a very important discussion and it's very inspiring. And I'm hoping that this discussion would, reinvigorate you for the new year. I have with me Yana GY. Okay, so Yana is a genius, and I'm not saying this I'm not saying this lightly because I heard her talk, and I've been like went through the rabbit hole of her automation work, and I was blown away. And so I was like, I really have to have her live so that everyone would like know what she's doing. And so Yana, her forte is to help people grow using AI powered and automated tools. And she built something called the Creative Tech Hub, and it's as a growth accelerator for writers and content creators. All right, Yana, so happy to see you here live. And I have a lot of questions, and I see a lot of people already joining. I'm sure they're joining for you. They're not joining for me.
No, no. Well, thank you for having me, Natasha. It's really an honor for me. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So, okay, Yana, as I said, so I heard you speak at an AI community led by Claudia Faith. And what really impressed me is the amount of automation that you put on everything and how you manage how to run a very well-oiled machine in the background while you already have your 9 to 5 job where you have like your partner and your dog and your life going on, but on the background everything is going smoothly. And for me this is a dream. Like I wanna be Yana, right? I wanna reach this kind of automated existence because for me, like personally, my life is very busy. I have 3 kids. I work. I know. Two of them are teenage twins, so it's like really hard. And
Yeah.
an 8-year-old, and I'm running my writing business, and I have a husband and a house and animals in the house. So the more I can automate, the better. So yeah, first, how did you get into automation? What made you start playing the automation game? And how did you teach yourself this amazing depth of knowledge that you're sharing with people on your Substack?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I got into it just simply because I'm so much fascinated about technology in the first place, and it's not just a hobby. I just really, when there is something new in the AI and automation and the tech in general, I'm also so much into like physical devices I have at home, and I really want to rush into it and get to know it. I'm using AI ever since it was announced. So when ChatGPT announced, OpenAI announced ChatGPT, then I just went in and jumped on the waiting list, and I was one of the first users, I think, and that's how I got it. I didn't, when I started, I didn't really imagine or think that I would build a AI powered and automated business like that. But I worked in that direction, I think, unconsciously until it became really the core, the center of my business right now. And it's natural for me because of my 9 to 5. So I don't have 3 kids, but I have my crazy Jack Russell dog at home and my partner as well. And I have a very demanding 9 to 5 job, and because I'm at a senior leadership position, and I have tough projects, and sometimes I have to stay after hours and things like that. But so my time is quite limited. So I wanted to like on my 9 to 5 job to focus on efficiency and bring that to my personal business as well. And I used everything that I know from my 9 to 5 and I just applied it to my online writing business, and it worked.
So you're currently at 10K a month just from Substack. Is that where you are?
Substack is the core of it. I, I wouldn't say it's not only the paid newsletter. There are I think 5 or 6 revenue streams in those 10K. But yes, I reached my first 10K month in October. And right now it's moving between 5 and 10K. It's not stable at 10K, but it's the trend is clear and it's working.
Wow. Okay. So for me, how did you teach yourself all of these automation tools? So for example, I'm gonna give everyone who's joining us, and please, anyone, please feel free to jump in and ask questions. You have Yana here for free for an hour, so use her. So I went down the rabbit hole of your Substack quest, which is all about AI tools, and the amount of details that you provide and the depth is someone who spent hours just learning the stuff, and it's very detailed. So, like for example, I went on an AI tool that Yana created, which take your Substack subscribers, automatically add them to a kit automation email funnel, and then from there you try to upsell them your paid subscription. And it's a pretty complicated process. I was chatting with Yana, but I'll get there. I know I sound like a boomer, but I will get there. I'll figure it out. But how did you teach yourself all of these really heavy? I know they're no code, but they're, it's someone has to be really invested to learn all of that stuff. So how did you teach yourself all of that stuff?
Yes. So yeah, every step of my automation flow and the place that I use AI comes from my needs. So when I started initially, I started in September last year, and it was working really well on Substack. But then I was like much like a rabbit hole. So I tried this. I try community, and I try my challenges, and then I try to write a focused content, and then I go into some videos, and then try this and that, and so on. And then at some point it started to build on top. So the amount of time that I was investing increased. Like as my growth compounded, also my investment compounded, and I at some point I felt overwhelmed, and especially because I realized that on top of everything that I built from the content, I also have to invest pretty good amount in sales, like only focused on sales and promotion, so that I keep selling. Which then I was, and it was a very big like aha moment for me, and I said, okay, because I'm a person who always tries to think differently and focus in not necessarily in the direction that everyone is focusing, but think differently in a way that I can become more efficient. So less time invested, more outcomes, more result, more revenues, and then it's all about the questions that you ask yourself. And it's not how can I do this, but how can I achieve the outcome of doing this without the time investment or the resources or the cost that I need? Is there a different way to do it? Maybe there is a way that nobody has invented yet. And because everybody was talking about, yes, you have to sell, you have to do promotions and so on. And I was like, no, I cannot do this. So I invest a lot of time in delivering my paid content. So if I have to do promotions manually every month, that takes me half of the time already, because I have to think, I have to build a funnel, a promotion offer, then to follow up and so on. And I was like, okay, is there a way to automate this? And this specific this specific automation I built from just from out of this idea. So I just went on Git because I knew that Git has automations. Then I looked into how can I automatically import and tag my subscribers from Substack to Kit, because Kit doesn't have automations. Substack doesn't have automations. Kit has automations, but then Substack also has to somehow automatically update the data in Kit. And then I figured how to do this automation with make.com. And then I built everything in Kit. And from there, I just had to only write the sales sequence, and to keep it fresh and up to date. And then it worked. But it worked after 2 months. I was like, so I installed it. And immediately after that, so 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, nothing. And I was like, okay, so that's another failure. It's not working. but but because, and then I was thinking, okay, so when a new subscriber comes to my newsletter, so they need about 1 month to walk through all of the emails that I have set in Kit. So I have to wait at least 1 month for the first subscribers to so that I can see effect for the first, batch of subscribers, which were back then about 10 per day. So 10 new subscribers per day, which is very small. Um, so I had to wait even more than 1 month in order to start seeing results. And yes, my paid subscriptions, the sales of my paid subscriptions basically doubled because of that.
So what were the results that you were looking for? So you were looking for to convert a free subscriber to a paid subscriber,
Yes.
and or buying some of your digital products on Gumroad, or what was your main focus from that?
My main focus was to convert from free subscribers to paid subscribers, because that requires a lot of effort. And so that I make it clear now, so for everyone who's listening or watching, it's not enough. So what I figured during those 2 months is that once I installed this automation, you have to also keep delivering fresh content for paid subscribers so that you give them more reasons to upgrade. So this sales sequence that is working on the background, it's not enough. It is, yes, definitely. It is selling while you sleep, basically, but you still have to continue to deliver the value for the paid subscribers. Otherwise, it slows down. I was looking to start to keep selling at the same rate that I was selling without having to do the promotions.
I see. So basically, your idea is somebody subscribes and becomes a free subscriber. You take them into a month's worth of email until you convince them why they should convert from free to paid.
Yes.
Okay. Are you worried about them getting a lot of emails? Like, oh my God, another email from Yana, I'm unsubscribing. Would you? Because that's what I worry about. And I have marketing funnels coming, but I worry like what's their tolerance threshold of keep receiving emails from me? I mean, they must really love me to unsubscribe. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have, every time I post an email, I send an email, I have a few subscribers. But it's not a lot. A few unsubscribes, and it's not a lot. And initially, I had that concern that maybe it's too much, because they're receiving every day for 1 whole month an email from me, and what comes from Substack comes on top of that. So there are days that they get for 2 emails, for example. And I had that concern, but I'm not so much concerned, because I also have in my 9 to 5 that experience that out of all of the channels. So my background is in telecoms and in the marketing and sales and marketing. So I know we have tested so many channels to sell, and out of all of the digital channels that you can have to communicate or promote or sell an offer to your audience, the email is the most efficient one. It's the conversion rates are the highest there. It's not SMS. If anybody's thinking it's not SMS, people hate SMS.
Yeah.
And I come from telecom. I know it's not that. So I knew that this has to work, and in order to sell more, you have to send. The more emails you send, the more money you make. That's as a rule of thumb. And for as long as your unsubscribes are less than your new subscribers, so your net growth is positive, I think there is no problem at all. Because anyway, so people gonna unsubscribe for sure. But if they do, most probably they also not going to buy anything from you anyways.
Hmm. Okay. So why did you go all in Substack as opposed to other tools like LinkedIn, for example? You know, you being a senior leader at your position, I would expected you to go all in on like LinkedIn and create all these funnels. And why did you choose Substack?
Yes, because LinkedIn is social media. Like any other social media, it gives me followers. It doesn't give me access to subscribe to the emails. And I always wanted, I also know from my 9 to 5. So I always, with my this online writing business that I started, I always wanted to build a email list for myself. And I knew all of the ways to do that. Like, I was writing on Medium. I was trying to, I had lead magnets. I was trying to do something on social media. LinkedIn is just another social media. And the amount of effort that you have to put there for the number of subscribers that you get out of it, it's just too much for me, especially on the side of my job. And when I heard about Substack back then, it wasn't, so notes weren't available. So I said, okay, Substack is great, but I still have to bring my subscribers on it. So
Mm.
then I started, I continued on Medium, on social media. I was trying to, I don't know, code emailing. I looked into everything.
Hmm.
But then I learned about notes, and that was the thing. The moment that I decided, okay, now is the time I have to go all in, because it's the only place right now. Probably there are going to be new platforms in the future, but right now it's the only place where you can post something like as if you're posting on social media. Instead of getting a follower, you're getting a subscriber.
Hmm. So you also have this like the famous ChatGPT agent that I started using it, and the minute I started using it, my notes completely changed, and like yeah, I get more engagement, and I even took them and I posted them on LinkedIn, and I felt even my LinkedIn engagement became, much higher just because of these notes. Of course, I take the result and I edit it a bit. I
Yes.
try to, yeah, and then I posted there. So, of all the automation tools that you created, what's the one that was the highest ROI for you?
Um, I think it's that GPT actually. If I'm not sure whether it's between the automation that I have in Kit to sell my paid subscriptions, or it's that GPT, because the GPT is by far the paid member benefit that I have in my paid newsletter that has brought me the highest number, the biggest number of paid subscribers.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So you think people subscribe? Like I subscribe. I'm a subscriber, by the way. Hi everyone. I subscribe to Yana because
Thank you.
it's worth every penny. And the reason I say that is so you have so people who subscribe to you get all your automation tools for free, right?
Yes.
I'm still digging in because there's a lot of material, and you need to automate reading for me because I don't have to. No, but anyways,
There is
but
a way. Yes, I'm thinking. I also sometimes need something to ingest all of the information that I want automatically without me
chip.
having to.
Let's
Yes.
let's put a chip to
Yes.
get the knowledge immediately.
Yes.
But what other tools people would get if they subscribe to you besides the ChatGPT viral notes agent, which I tried and it's amazing, and now I'm like going down the rabbit hole of the Substack Kit integration. What
Yeah.
other tools that also people used and like and got them results?
Yeah. So everything that I do for myself to automate with AI and those automations, I also enable for my paid subscribers for free. So some of the things are very few, but some of the things are for the founding tier subscribers. Those things that are connected to growing outside of Substack mostly, but the majority of the tools are enabled to all of the paid subscribers. So starting from the very beginning, for example, like content creation. So I have several custom GPTs. One of them is the notes writer that we just mentioned, um, and uh, and this GPT has it's very, very popular. So people who are really serious about using it are getting viral notes, and I have people who are getting even like every other note is getting more than 100 likes, and it's really working very well when you adapt it and use it the right way. I have also a GPT for long form writing. I have one for title generation and subtitle generation. I also have one for call to action generation because I those are the things that I figured that most people struggle, and also it was a struggle for myself when I was a new writer. And I also use them for myself because sometimes I would rather have some 10 or 20 um, options for headlines and sub headlines for my post than start from scratch. It's always easier to pick some and adapt it and edit it. And besides those two, so that's for writing, for content generation. Then once then you have to sell, and for selling, all of these automations that I have just described, so automatically import Substack subscribers to Kit, then build the automation in Kit. That's a workflow that I have in the Quest Labs, also for my paid subscribers. And I have I have extracted my entire sales sequence, and that's not a random sequence, by the way. It took me months to study other people's sales sequences, and I also work with AI, but I also collected a lot of data. And I was subscribing like crazy to people, and I was receiving emails, and I was collecting sequences, and I was analyzing with ChatGPT and so on in order to come up with this sales sequence, like those 30 days. It's a very well researched sales sequence. So I extracted it, and I'm also the entire text I'm giving to my paid subscribers, and I'm giving them a prompt and a workflow how they can go to ChatGPT or Quote or whatever and import it there and use my prompt and give it a some context for their paid membership or for a product, for example, a course or a book or whatever. And it will come up with a proposal. It will adapt my sequence. It will adapt my sequence to your product or paid newsletter. And that's a workflow that I have developed for my paid subscribers. And I had a workshop where I did that live for 3 of my paid members. And the results was really amazing. I have the recording also available in the Quest Labs for my paid members. And then I didn't stop there. So because at some point I figured that growth on Substack, yes, you can have viral moments and you can grow 30, 50, 60, 100 new subscribers per day, but then it's ups and downs. So I thought, yeah, I have to figure out how to automatically take advantage of social media. And initially I thought that I have to also engage and be present on those platforms in order to grow. But then I got inspired from Sabrina Romanov, who said that so she developed an automated flow of content generation and posting to social media. And on Instagram, she has 500,000 followers. And she says that she doesn't even have Instagram installed in her phone. So that was a new aha moment for me. And I said, okay, so maybe some of the platforms require me to spend some time there, but not all of them. So I can test. So then I went to ChatGPT and start talking to it because I wanted to automatically share my notes and my posts to social media. And since there is no direct automation, no official API from Substack, I created another app. It's an automation app. It's called the Creative Tech Hub app for make.com. And it's also available for my paid subscribers, which takes your latest published notes and latest published posts. And from them, out of them, you could do so many things. So some of my notes I am directly posting to X and to LinkedIn. I also create quote images, so text on an image, and post them to X and to also to LinkedIn. And some different format. I'm using Gemini with Nano Banana Pro to create me some more creative images, and I'm posting to Pinterest and to Instagram. And I'm also doing very short, like 6 seconds videos that I'm posting on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok as well, and also on Instagram. And that's happening automatically entirely. And those workflows I also enable for my paid subscribers. And I have some more to come. So a lot of tools. A lot of tools. I don't hear you, by the way. Is it on my side? Hopefully. Guys, can you hear us? Hi, out of my mind, out of my damn mind. So, um, can somebody say? But can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. No audio from Natasha. Okay, so Natasha should be probably on your side. Maybe you can switch the mic from the menu below, or maybe check if you didn't mute yourself. So when you click on the microphone, it automatically mutes you. Maybe. Yes, now I hear you.
I just switched it. Okay. Who knows what happened with this mic?
Yes, technology. It always has bugs for us.
I know. Who knows what happened? Anyways, so what I was saying is that okay. So basically, what you're doing is you're posting notes, and then automatically they go from notes to uh, different social media channel without you doing anything. You just
Yes,
post a note, and the
yes,
little like minions and your little minions they work on in the background and they post everything for you.
yes.
So, I mean, this is this is like mind blowing, honestly. And so, okay, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate because that's my job as a journalist.
Yeah,
What would happen if two things?
yeah.
Uh, Substack opens its API, and two, they start allowing you to schedule notes. How would that affect all the automations that you built? How are you gonna pivot?
Um, so that would make it even easier for me, actually, because so right now I also have a note scheduling tool that I'm using. It's not mine. It's from I use two actually, from Fintropi and also from Oral. It's the Right Stack app. So I'm using both of them, and they're working really well for me. But if Substack creates an automatic scheduling, then I think those two boys are in trouble. they they have to think of something else. But I think that's expected already. Or pivot maybe in some additional features and things like that. But for me, that's not a big impact. It's only gonna make it easier for me. But if Substack enables API, that would be much easier, because right now there's no documentation, and we are testing and learning, and there are bugs all of the time, and for some users it's different. So it's also if you have a custom domain, if you don't have a custom domain, if you have enabled notes on your publication, and if not, as if I get the feeling that Substack has like two backends, one for mobile and one for PC, like for the web or something like that, and one for notes and one for publishing and publications and things like that. I'm not sure if that happens, but I would love to have an official API documentation to to mm, to understand at least what are the possibilities and how we can use those APIs to scale even faster.
Hmm. So there's a comment, there's a question from
Yes.
Anjali Pradhan. He's saying, how often do you post, Yana? How easy is it to gain new followers on Substack?
Followers. Yeah. So I post notes. I think I post between 5 and 10 notes every day, and that's usually around 10 and sometimes even 12. For the posts, I try to have. There was a time where I was posting every day on the posts as well. But now I try to have, I don't know, at least 2, 3 per week, something like that. Because right now I'm building the quest with a lot of tools and automations, and it takes me a little bit more time to develop the use case and the scenario, and then to enable it for my paid subscribers. How easy is to gain followers? I don't really count them, but last time I checked, it was half of my followers are also subscribers. um it's it depends. It depends. I'm tracking subscribers mostly, and not sure. To be honest, it's not. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's definitely simple. We just have to do what's necessary to grow, and that is to post notes and to grow your recommendation list, and to also keep in touch and connect with others on the platform. Like stay active on the platform, invest some time daily. It helps a lot.
How often do you spend time on Substack, a week or a day?
I think every day. So I'm opening it up every day.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
So what are your plans for 2026 in terms of growth and in terms of new automation tool? What are you planning to do
That's a
for
great
Substack?
question. Yes. I have been thinking about this a lot, especially now since it's the end of the year, the best time of the year when you have this, um, like a reconciliation of the whole year, if I may call it like that. But or it's more like a reflection. But I would like to. I really need also. It's not just a business need, but I feel inside of me that I have the need to connect with my audience in a better way. And unfortunately, Substack community features are not so well developed. So I have been contemplating on building a different and more connected community. But on the other hand, I don't really want to pull people or push people away from the platform because it's native to them. So I'm still thinking about how to increase the interactions with my audience and build a more connected community. So right now we have the challenges in the chat, and it's working really well. But I would like to definitely go beyond that. So
Hmm.
that's one thing. That's one of the directions. So I'm thinking maybe probably some workshops or some sessions connected to the quest and the quest labs, so that we have some space to communicate, but also to share problems and to discuss and to exchange some ideas on the things that I have published. I really want to know people who have been testing them, what's their experiences and how do they do, and also if I can help them to do it easier, because
Hmm.
it's not very easy. It's especially with the reposting of notes and posts, it can become complex. So something in those ideas and more tools in the labs for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I want to go back to the issue of community, and I also go back and forth with it because big creators are using third party apps like Circle, and when they grow, they go to Circle because it has all the community features. And do you think that that is the only solution to grow, or just keep them inside Substack? But it's very limited, as you said, and it's not a
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah. I, to be honest, I haven't seen a successful community in Circle or in school, um, or anywhere else, or in Slack. I have been part of many communities, and some of them I'm still part of. And I try to be active there, but I haven't seen the level of engagement that I'm looking for.
hmm,
So I would rather try to do something and stay mostly on Substack. As stubborn as it is, but I think we have to build where people are and not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so I want to pivot a bit and ask you about your webinars. So I
Oh, that's
attended,
yes. Yes,
yeah,
that's
I
also
I
another automation.
yeah, automation. So I attended one of your webinars and I was a bit confused because I thought you were live. So like
Yeah,
I would text you on Substack direct and you're still talking and then
yeah,
you're responding to me. I was like, how is she doing that? Like,
yes,
it's just you just drove me cray. And then I realized that you're actually doing you having them recorded with
yeah,
and they run several times a day, but then you have the live chat open so people can ask you why you're so how is that going for you? I'm
yeah.
just curious.
Yeah, that was an experiment. That's something that I built also with ChatGPT, like my Creative Tech Hub app, which I vibe coded with ChatGPT because it requires some coding. So with the webinar, I wanted, I had a struggle, like I had a challenge I wanted to sell my courses more and better without having to invest so much time into it. And for me, I could easily adapt my sales sequences to sell the courses, but I didn't feel that that was enough. Because my courses, as much as I'm trying to keep them simple, like for example the quest, it's a huge thing and it really needs explanation. So it's not enough for the people to have the emails only. And then I was thinking, okay, so I have to explain to the people what this is, which can happen through some kind of a video. And then I was thinking about the live webinars. I know people are doing them and that they're really successful in selling such courses. But again, I was like, okay, so I have to do a live. It requires a lot of time, and also if something happens on my job, it it's not it's not a really good thing to have to cancel some live event, and also because it's live, not all of the people will be able to join. And so I went to ChatGPT and started talking to it again. And then it suggested this one app that I'm using. I never heard about it before. It's called eWebinar, eWebinar, where it allows you to create a fully automated webinar that looks like live, and it also you can chat with your. So while people are watching, you can talk to them, you can chat with them directly.
Mm.
And that's really amazing. And the entire and also the user experience is quite, it's amazing. It's very very really very good. I think it's even better from the bigger platforms. um and it has a lot of interactions that you could also automate, which increases the engagement as well. And I decided to test it, and I have pretty good attendance rate and engagement rate. It's over 70% of the people are engaged during those webinars, which is amazing. And my conversion rate is 10%, which is for compared to my sales sequences, it's quite high. It's quite high.
So 10% of the people who attend your webinars, they buy your product. So these are to buy your products, not to become paid subscribers, correct?
No, yes, to. But I also, so in this webinar, it has a very exclusive offer for this webinar only. It's one of the best offer that I have ever made. So I'm offering the quest and all parts of the quest, like bundled one, and also a lifetime access to my paid subscription. And it's a very good price already.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. Where do you host your courses? Gumroad, all of them, or
it's on Teachable. It's on Teachable.
Teachable? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you use Teachable? And what do you put on Teachable and what do you put on Gumroad?
Yeah, I started with Gumroad because it's easy and it's free, and even though it's taking 10% of your revenue, then as a new writer and somebody who's building everything from scratch, I decided to not really invest that much in the bigger platforms. But then for the courses, I decided to move to Teachable because the user experience is better, and also because I already had enough of a big audience to sell those courses, and for me it was enough to cover the costs and also be profitable with it. But for somebody who is starting from scratch, I wouldn't recommend to go to Teachable at all. It's because it's $200 per month in order to be able to build something really good. And you have to, if you don't have the audience to, it would be, you don't have to be in a place where you struggle to cover those costs only. So
Yeah.
um,
Wow. Okay. Uh, let me think. Okay, so you mentioned Sabrina as one of the people who you
yeah.
follow and inspire you. Who other creators that inspire you that you follow? And let's talk about creators also on Substack that you follow them, you learn from them, and you make sure to read all their emails.
Yeah. I read a lot about AI lately. I really love what Nicholas Coe and Dickie Bush are doing in their newsletter. It's one of my sources of inspiration as well.
Wh-
Um,
which which newsletter? Right for AI.
right with AI, yes,
Okay.
right.
Do you pay for that, or is it paid subscription, or do you use the free?
Yes, yes,
Oh, you pay for
I
it.
have
Okay.
the paid membership. I also recently, not recently, I think it was last year actually, their Christmas initiative, but I also won one of their giveaways for Ship 30 for 30. It's a great course actually. So they gave it to me for free. It was a giveaway over the email.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Who
So yeah,
else?
I would really recommend. Who else? I think the one person that is who inspired me to even think about Substack was Tim Denning. And even though he's not so much on AI and automations, he's more on the content and virality part, and also business and mindset. Um, I feel that we have a lot of things in common with him. It's the way of thinking, and he really inspires me. And ultimately, yes, I'm following Alex Hormozy. He's my uh, um, source of inspiration, mostly about mindset, because everything, to be honest, everything that I learned from him in some way or another, it was I already knew from my job. It's because he's teaching business, and how to build offers and how to sell them and how to adapt them for online and so on. And it's big part of it is something that I was already familiar with.
I can't hear you. Can you hear it?
Oh, I muted myself. Sorry.
Oh,
So
okay. All right. No.
so the way that he talks, it's really inspiring, and he's one of the people I also follow. And I also have I have some people who I follow outside of Substack. It's Mind Valley and Vishen Lakiani, who is more about mindset also, and self development. He has this Mind Valley app, which is a self development app, but he has a great AI community, and he's doing AI. um
What's his name?
Vishen Lakiani.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. I think I know him.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a question here from the audience.
Yes.
Where is it? Okay. It says, I came to you through Instagram ads. How much of your Substack has come through, or SS, I don't know what's
Substack. Yes.
Substack subscribers has come through paid ads on other platforms? It's a good
Yes. Yes.
question.
Because of I'm really in love with ads, honestly. Maybe that's why I also follow Alex Hormozy, because he's talking a lot about ads as well. Um and paid advertising has been something that I've been testing for years already. Also in my job, I work with paid advertising, digital advertising a lot in Google and Facebook and also social media. And I have been testing this in my business. Right now, it's very, very limited. I use it for two reasons: to promote my masterclass, and also to promote my lead magnet on Substack. So I have some subscribers on Substack who are coming from Facebook and Instagram ads. And so far, I think there are a few hundred, like 200-300, something like that, overall from my 9,000 or something. So it's not so much. I'm testing with very limited budget right now. I'm not very happy with the average cost of subscriber that I get from Substack. And probably my videos could be better and my creatives on the ads could be better, that's for sure. But also the user journey, the subscription user journey on Substack, it's not optimal for paid advertising. So that's a room for improvement, and that's something that I'm gonna, once I figure it and come up with something that is working for sure, I'm gonna enable it for my paid subscribers as a workflow, as I know how to grow with paid advertising as well.
I see. Okay, so I'm just thinking about what you said in terms of what you're planning to do in the future with community. What about for growth? How are you planning to grow more?
I think I will explore more and try to leverage more social media outside of Substack. And I'm also thinking about paid advertising, but not so much to bring paid traffic to Substack, rather than I would like to find and to build a profitable way to have a paid funnel that converts and is profitable in itself without any organic support. Because a big part of my audience is organic, and whenever I launch something, sales are good. But if I try to isolate, like take separately the effect of the paid advertising right now, it's very difficult to do it right now. But I have to figure out how to build a funnel so that I can measure it more accurately and ultimately to make it profitable. Right now, I cannot measure it, but my gut feeling tells me that it's not profitable at the level of the acquisition cost that I have right now. It's varying between $4 and $6 per new subscribers, which is a lot.
Well,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I know we've been talking for almost an hour now, and it's the holidays, and you're probably gonna go and get ready. And so, how can people reach you? How can they, find your stuff? Where can they find you? Like, any last words you would like to say to people who
The best way to find me is on my newsletter. It's called Unplugged by Yana GY. Even as a free subscriber, you're gonna get in touch with big part of this huge thing that I have built already. And I'll be happy to connect with you. You could also write me an email at yana@creativetech.consulting as well, or just direct message me on Substack.
Well, this was great. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everyone who joined us for another episode of the Substack Writers Salon. And until we meet again, and happy holidays, everyone. And thank you so much, Yana, for everything.
Holidays.
Happy holidays, and I'll see you on Substack.
Yes, see you. Thank you so much for having me, Natasha. It was great. Thank you.
Of course, likewise. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.